Second of all, I told you
Trey, man, it's like...
That's our rhinoceros beetle friend. He's got these big horns. You know why I can't take him out? He can fly. He doesn't bite. This is the adult male. The adult male doesn't even eat. Basically, you know what? I told you most insects don't live more than a year, and I'd point out the exceptions. This one lives like 4 years, but 3.5 of those years is as a grub. As a grub or larva. So it becomes a worm about this long and about this thick. It's bright white. The last molt, the next thing it'll do is posture. So if the scorpion is cornered, it'll actually stick its claws straight up in the air and its tail straight up. So the scorpion would do that way before ever stinging people. Yeah. Now I'll pass it around. I'll show you guys his hair. So look sideways at the claws, and you can see big long hairs on there, can't you? It's actually got hair all over its body from how big they are. In other words, what they might. The scorpion also has 8 eyes, but it can hardly even see. I can probably covered by hard plates, but their belly is incredibly soft. So if they were dropped from this high off the ground, that'd be a huge fall for a scorpion. And you know what? They never really leave the ground in the wild. They hang out right on the ground. They're not like tree. I'll tell you what. The next thing I'm going to show you is probably the neatest thing you'll see. As far as the scorpion goes, in its exoskeleton that fluoresces under UV light. They're called fluorescent. And you know what? A woman who was in here last week said holding the tarantula in her hand was like feeling the back of her tattoo. So it was just the softest, nicest hair.
Yeah.
It is. It's really nice stuff.
Anna, you gotta bring here.
It's got hair all over its body too to feel the world. But you know what? She's actually got special hairs on her back. So if she's scared, she'll run. She'll let's say a bird or something doesn't get that message, keeps trying to pursue her, and she'll actually shake loose these special hairs on her back. They're called urticating hairs, and throw them at that bird. Under the microscope, the hairs are sharp and they're barbed, so they go in and they don't come out. If we got them on our skin, they just itch you like fiberglass insulation or something. But if a bird got them in its eyes, or on the soft skin on its face, or if they breathed them in, they would get stuck in the lungs and they wouldn't come out. So it would really, really be quite uncomfortable to get these hairs all over your face. But it also contains digestive enzymes that break its food down. Because a spider can only slurp its food up, it can't actually chew. So all it ever uses its teeth for is just to inject venom. And like I say, is probably more important to create like an insect soup so that the spider can actually eat. Yeah, soft, eh? Yeah, they got little claws, like useless eyes. Like let's say a bird or something's flying over it, it might be able to see that shadow. So they could still serve an important. If you go visit a bee farm, they actually say don't wear a yellow shirt because the bees will be attracted to you. So not just bees, but other insects love the color yellow too, and they might be attracted to visible cells. So watch this guy up here. That was a great question, by the way. Look, so both the females and the males have very thorny back legs. They give off scissor kicks. Watch this. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, he's not going to do it for me. What does it do? Like martial artists. Yeah. You go,
How big can those guys get?
Very big. So this is as big as the males get. Those are males. Look at their beautiful purple wings, by the way. Look at those.
Wait, I can't see it. I can't see it. Whoa, cool.
So if they're scared, if something's trying to get them in the wild, they fly away, and when they do, they flash that bright purple wing. And if something that was brown becomes purple all of a sudden, it might startle a predator just long enough for the stick insect to get away. So that's an unusually long-lived stick insect. Let me just quickly talk to you about the ant. I'm going to tell you guys something you probably didn't know before you came to the bug zoo. Cockroaches are actually amongst some of the more clean animals in the world. They have an antibacterial layer over top of their whole body. And you know why that is? Most are scavengers, so they actually have to hang out. But in terms of respect,
What, Nathan? What is
so
we can admire the cockroach as a survivor.
Yeah?
It feels so creepy. It's got like it's got tiny
These
it's got
cockroaches
tiny
can withstand
things on its body when it lays down. It feels so weird.
Four. She's not afraid to do anything.
They can be frozen for 2 weeks and then crawl all the way out of the freezer.
Sure.
They can go to outer space for a couple of weeks. They don't need air. They really will. They can survive incredibly huge doses of radiation.
They actually survive a nuclear blast?
Yeah. The only animal that I know of, and this is from a Mythbusters episode, that can survive more radiation is a fruit fly.
Yes,
But you know
I
what?
saw
Fruit
that
fly
one
doesn't
too.
live more than a week.
I saw that one too.
And the amount of radiation we're talking that they're competing for is like
So
way
how
up
long do they live?
there. Most don't live more than 12 months. Some live about 18 months.
So a year.
Yeah, about a year, yeah.
For an insect, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Tickles!
Oh, I know what I should show you
Well,
guys.
actually, no, that's what. The tickle.
Oh, and I never got one to hiss either. So these cockroaches can actually hiss
I
too.
think I did hear. I'm not sure. Yeah, I heard that.
Here he
Hear the
comes.
hissing?
Here he
So they
comes.
sound just like a really poisonous snake that lives in Madagascar. Where they're from.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they hiss like that to scare away other animals that
Like a
might actually
rattler.
mistake that hiss as the snake's hiss. So all the snake has to do in Madagascar is hiss like that and the animals run away. Sometimes it's all the cockroach has to do too. It just hisses like that snake and the animal's like, ah, I'm out of here, it's a snake. So it's a really neat defensive noise to make in
Yeah,
Madagascar.
listen to him. Ooh, yeah.
This guy is
I think he's trying to do a musical band thing.
maybe. I'm going to carry on and talk about the ants. This is where they live. Here you got a picture of this underground. And they make a big leaf pile. But they don't eat the leaves. What they do is they chew the leaves up, they spit the leaves out, they mix it with some of their body secretions, and it's the perfect compost to grow fungus. That's what these ants do with their time. They actually are fungus farmers.
That's fungus.
Yeah, that's great. No, not the stuff on the outside.
Oh.
The stuff that looks like coral on the inside is a type of fungus that only this species of ant knows how to grow, and it's all the ants ever eat. So they are literally fungus farmers. They grow their own food, and they do it by gathering leaf material to use as fungus
Are
compost.
these what I think they are, larvae?
Those are larvae, yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about, we got a little ant nursery here. So you know what, there's 4 different sizes of ant, and they all have a different job. They're decomposers. And that's what they do. They basically turn dead leaves into
Oh,
earth,
they got a
soil.
tight grip.
They do have a really good grip.
Sam, you shouldn't have that stool here.
So are they good in your garden? I mean, you know, like, we see small ones in the garden.
Yes.
Are they good for the garden?
They're great for the garden. And yeah, so they're, like I say, they turn dead leaves, which plants can't use, into a usable form through their bodies. They basically poop out new soil for plants to use, really high in nitrogen. In fact, this would be like just a lovely, lovely animal to have in your garden. You'd love it. Wow. You should love it. I'm going to show you guys different ways to hold it. Have you ever been here before? You can do, especially your kids, you can put it on your hand. You can do a millipede mustache. You know what I always wanted was a monobrow, but I could never get my eyebrows to join in. I tried for the longest time, so now what I do is a millipede monobrow. The happiest day, the first time I was able to do this. Oh, it's kind of curling up a little bit on me, but you get the idea, right? It'll actually crawl right on my head.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, very cute.
That's so funny.
That was very brave.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This is the largest millipede in the world. It's from South Africa. They can live up to 10 years. So
Really?
that's a long time.
That's huge.
The oldest fossil that people have discovered so far is actually millipedes. They may have been the first land animal.
Oh really? Interesting.
Josh is
The oldest
Yeah.
land animal. The oldest
450
fossil.
million years old, this fossil.
I know, it feels so weird.
Kind of makes sense as something that might have crawled out of the ocean, though, eh?
It does.
It feels so weird. Like,
They're all nocturnal. They're from South Africa.
Stick ones again.
They can actually be a pretty...
Oh, the thorny devil.
I can't believe how many of them there are here.
Yeah. Yep, those are his antennae, actually.
It's all the leaves that start moving are actually not leaves at all.
Nope.
That's very, very gentle.
Oh, yeah.